or afternoon, I guess. I was going to say good morning Vietnam then, but then I realised that's such an old reference. How many people even know what that is?
And I don't think good afternoon Vietnam works.
Afternoon, fellas. Afternoon, audience. How are y'all? We got Alex, we got Ciaran, and we got Jay. Jay's trying to grow a beard, by the look of it.
I'm trying, yeah. Trying being the operative word. You're putting me to shame. I'd get away with it if it was just with you on this podcast, basically.
Mate, do you know what? Look we just did this a second ago. But look at the state of the length of this. Look at it.
Yeah, I think
gotta go, mate. It's not often you say them words.
True story. Yeah, so that's that. Can't wait to. Basically, you're not going to see me without a hat now until a week after my barber's back because let's be honest, I ain't getting into the barbers for a good week.
Which could be 6 months.
Have any of you ever gone through that long hair phase where you try long hair one stage in your life where it's over? Nah, too much effort. You have to wash it every day.
Ciaran. Did you go
I could put some photos. I could show you some photos that would incriminate me with awful trims. Oh no, they're from. Oh no, I can't. Oh,
I think I'm pretty sure you can.
I tell you what, I'll pull one up at the very end, and trust me, this one. And this wasn't even too long ago as well. We're talking piercings as well. Piercings in the face. Relax.
I've had that, mate.
No Prince Albert. Oh man,
I had the old eyebrow done.
I had eyebrow. I had ears done. I was going to get my tongue done as well. Yes,
we got ears.
Drugs are my.
Right, Alex.
That's better. Yeah. Have you had a piercing? No. Next question.
What are these absolute maniacs on about?
Don't mind them, Jay. They're haters. Absolute haters.
Yeah. Just because you're not.
What? Pierced?
Pierced.
Absolute lunatics. Electron not saying barbers are appointment only. I've been appointment only at barbers for 10 years, mate. Don't do none of that walk in and sit down and wait shit. Mans are busy. I've got a couple of comments here saying happy anniversary. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well done.
We've not done nothing.
5 years, isn't it?
5 years. Been together 13 though.
Yeah, well done, Janine.
Well done. Exactly. She deserves a medal.
Or clearly, I'm not that much of a pain in the ass to be with. We ever thought about that?
Aye.
I mean, clearly I am.
No.
But
No, yeah.
No.
Oh, there we go. So yeah, what we're talking about then? I've seen a couple of things that have popped up. One being the safe standing at United. That is belting. I do like that. It's not going to be in Stretford end though, is it? It's going to be in
J-stand.
Yeah, J-stand. Yeah.
It's in the quadrant, in it.
Yeah.
It's in one of the quadrants in it, which kind of makes a bit of sense. The newer bit, they're gonna renovate the newer bits of the stadium. Sounds like a great idea.
Not the upper. It's the lower, in it on the lower.
Lower. It's
It's J.
It's like where the singing section is.
Right.
Originally,
originally was not the TRA, obviously. The original singing section. It does make sense to have it there.
If the TRA is going to be in the opposite corner and then they have a singing section in that corner, that's the start of actually having
makes sense.
Noise at both ends, and I do like that. I do like that.
Big time.
I got no issues with that whatsoever. I just wonder if it's going to change the context and the makeup of who's around me as it is right now, because I like where I am now. 3103. Got a bit of a group chat with us all in it. It's good. Loads of us in there. Stood there for years. Everybody around us is happy days. There's a fucking lady that sits and shouts a load of shit that no one likes. It's good. I mean,
yeah, that's always the thing, isn't it, when they start changing things? Because sometimes we had it with when they extended the disabled bit. I remember when I was in news, we were covering it because was it the Stretford the scoreboard paddock? They were all getting moved and they were unhappy because, like you say, you form friendships, you've been there for years, and then you end up having to get moved.
Yeah, my old seat got moved. Moved.
So it's
they moved me from I was row PP seat 32. Right on the level of the goal line of scoreboard end on the north side of the goal, the edge of the box, where the box comes back round, like right there, perfectly on that. Give Gary Neville abuse for fucking years there. And then I was just on the lower on there for fucking years and years. And then they started whipping the disabled section round and they moved us. And then I was underneath the TV gantry, right in the very centre of K-stand. Only for a season, then I was back over in Stretford and Tier 2. It's good on Tier 2.
Yeah.
It's good on Tier 2. Don't get mithered. The steward in the corner, Tom, couldn't find a fuck to give about telling anyone to sit down. I literally haven't seen him tell anybody to be sat down in 6 years. Not once.
That's how it should be, though. You shouldn't need to. Like,
It was bad in K-stand.
Yeah.
It was a constant fight. How long can you hold on stood up for? And they have to go row by row, don't they? They start at the front. So PP, we're quite far back on PP. They get row A sat down, couple of them sit down, couple of them sit down, couple of them sit down, and slowly and slowly and slowly. And then the ball goes out for a throw-in just in the half. Everyone's like, oh, fucking hell. And they start all over again. And it was just like this constant distraction. It said on the sign, didn't it? Look, only during periods of excitement are you allowed to stand. Otherwise, you must be seated. Well, I'm fucking excited. I'm at the match. So I stood up. Dick.
I didn't even know it said that.
Yeah, there was a big fucking poster on a wall which said it was by Authority of Trafford Council, something like that. It was persistent standing is not permitted, except for in periods of excitement or wording to that effect. Basically, sit the fuck down. But my argument is, I'm excited about the game
all the time. Yeah.
Walk in, shoved up. Don't really drop it below that. So that was good. We saw the news earlier that came out. United, was it 60,000 meals they've supplied? Is it 60?
Yeah, 60,000.
That's good.
They're doing a couple of things right, aren't they?
It's weird.
What's going on?
It's really worrying, isn't it?
It feels like there's doing all these nice things, and then soon they're going to say, oh, by the way, we're fucking bulldozing the ground. Yeah, something's going wrong. We're changing the colour of the shirts to blue. Well,
yeah, and we've just sold it. It's now going to be known as the Sun Old Trafford.
Yeah.
No!
Feels like there's building towards something horrible. Well, it's too many good things on the chart for them lot. But
what is the worst that could happen?
Sun Old Trafford would be pretty bad.
Yeah,
like actually sell Newcastle and then buy the club by us. I think.
Don't say that out loud, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, that could happen,
Oh no! So don't say it out loud.
So I'm not jinxing.
I know. Yeah. I don't think he's got $4 billion, though, has he?
Yeah, I don't know. It depends. I don't think he's getting that much for Newcastle.
Well, he said he would never sell below 350 mil. I think was the benchmark, and now he's got the richest. What is it? The Prince of Saudi Arabia? Is it one of? I don't know how it works. He's definitely worth a lot. Anyway. And now Poch's going up north as well, which seems to be likely. I don't know how it could be Keegan 2.0 all over again in Newcastle.
Well, I can do things as well now. I can click and show. I've got a new
there we go.
Hey, welcome, Moorend.
Welcome, Moorend.
I think we're now up to 112 members. That's amazing inside a month. Do you know what? Well done.
Yeah.
If you are, by the way, I need to remember this because it is the last day. I posted, although I think it'll just say Stretford Paddock, it won't say me. I posted to all of the legends, there is a link that you need to fill in with your username that's on here and your home address, because the different tiers that we've got, one of the tiers is a bit of a baller tier. But for that baller tier, you get some right stuff. And we're not even going to be showing people what you're about to get until you lot post it on social media when you get it. We need to bang the order in for that tomorrow. So today's obviously the 30th of April. Tomorrow's the 1st of May. If you want to get in, it goes month to month. So if you're one of the legend members in April, that means we give you the entirety of April to get your stuff. Then we order it all in one bulk and it gets sent out to you guys. It's probably going to take a couple of weeks to get everything sorted out because everything's being made to order essentially. And then you guys will go and get it probably like the middle of May. So if you are a new member, if you're one of the legends and you haven't already clicked that link and filled in that form for us so we can get your address and sizes, because it's going to be a T-shirt that comes out, maybe with a hashtag about a certain producer, which I think you can, have a guess. Have a guess in the comments if you want.
Have a guess, yeah.
Yeah. I think there's some of that coming. There's some stickers which you're going to absolutely piss yourself at. There's all sorts coming in this month. You're not going to get a sneak peek of it or anything. The legends get it, and then that's that. And then every month we're going to be doing some new stuff. Do you know what? Should we give them a sneaky peek at something?
Give them the sneak peek.
Oh, well, you see now you've started it now.
No, not that. Not that. This is something that's coming soon. It's not coming now. It's coming soon.
Well,
just want to ask you, how excited does this get you? Where's that gone?
I was going to say, make him get to 100 likes and then they can see whatever you're going to show.
Well, how many likes are we on?
We're on 44.
Okay, I want 100 likes, and then there's something I'm going to show you, which I think you might enjoy.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I'm just trying to find. I've just downloaded it, but now I don't know where it is. Oh, that's where it is. Okay, let's just find it on here.
I think I know what he means, but I could be very wrong because I never really know what he's saying. He could be miles off.
I'll give you a word. Oh, no. Are we at 100 likes yet? Can we do it?
No, I don't know. Hang on.
Get like in the video and I'll show you. 80. Right. 20 likes. Come on. Y'all can do it. 80 likes. Give us 20 likes and I'll show you as a sneak peek of something that I honestly think you're going to enjoy. We're at 89. 10 to go.
Come on.
11 to go. 92, 93.
We're building up.
Oh,
92.
rocketing up there.
96. Oh, we're nearly there.
That's I might like it. I'm not doing it.
98. There we
figured
go.
it out,
100,
there we go.
107.
Right.
Yeah, I've got it. Right. Okay. So, what do you think of that?
Jeez.
Ooh. Cheeky.
Where would this phenomenal shirt be available, Stephen?
Oh, no idea yet, to be honest. Oh, just a tease. Just, you want to see it? You can't have it. Right? I've ordered a sample of that because Umbro are now back in work. Top lads. So I ordered a sample of that. However long that takes to get to me, boom. I'll make sure it is as I want it, and then we'll stick it out for sale. But that's fucking good, innit? Oh, come on, man. Oh, let's have a look. Oh, and again.
There you go.
Like shiny gold.
That's the word you need for it.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
We'll be sticking that for sale pretty soon. So show you colours. Advait says already posted this in Patreon. Yeah, Patreons get a little sneaky peek on stuff like that we're working on. So yeah, should try and get Sharp to be a main sponsor. Imagine that, Alex. See how he's dipped out. Like we haven't been fucking trying to do that for the last.
It was hard. It's hard, to be honest, to do it properly and not just go fuck it. Let's put it on the shirt.
Yeah.
Close to doing.
Oh, right. Yeah, we were very close to being like, how sued would we get if we just put Sharp on? And
the problem is
pretty sued.
If like 5 people had bought it, it'd have been all right. But the problem is, it looked that good. It'd have sold a lot, and they'd have gone, right, lads, give us that. So I was like, we probably can't do that, can we?
Yes, this will be available for everybody to buy eventually. But Legends, Legends are going to get it in a membership box before it goes on sale. So
nice.
There's a bit of an incentive for you guys if you want to get your hands on one of yours. And there'll be 2 versions as well. There's a version which will have all of our sponsors on, and there will be what's going to be a Sunday League version. So that we'll have a Sunday League version of the home and away kit, which will be sponsor free. And honestly, I think it might look better.
I think it's 6 and 2 threes, but
well, Paddy Power started that campaign, didn't they, where they would put no sponsors on kits. I think they've done like 5, haven't they, like Huddersfield and stuff. They look banging. Kits look. Remember the old Barca kits before they had
UNICEF?
UNICEF. Yeah, they were unreal.
Yeah,
best Barca kits.
I'm a fan of that kit. I really am. For if we could keep it sponsor free, but
do you want to talk about Ed Woodward? That's all. Or shall we not? Or
speaking of
avoid it?
I mean, I know it's the title, isn't it? Like, so
it is a little bit. Just thought I'd drop it in there just in case. But he's actually been all right again, which is again really worrying.
What's going on, man? For fuck's
I don't know. He's saying like the right things at the right time, and you're like, oh, maybe he's not as bad as you think. But
a lot of these, all right. Can we just say though? A lot of these are open goals, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but they are. Like,
right, but they were, but Spurs, Liverpool, fucking Newcastle, they all missed the net.
Yeah, but that's them cocking up, not him being amazing. That's him doing by and rights what he should have. Like the safe standing thing's been, rail seating thing's been going on for years and months, and the campaign. We know we spoke to Mustard and Sterling. We know how long it's been going on for, so that's no massive surprise there. The stuff around coronavirus and the way they've sort of treat the staff and everything. That's how it should be done. What the Scousers did and what Spurs did was wrong. It's not that we've done it amazingly. We've just done what should be done. So, yes, it's good and it's the right thing, but they are open goals. They are what I'd expect United to be doing.
The rail seat's not an open goal because there's no other club in the Premier League that's doing it.
Why is Ed Woodward getting loads of credit for that, though? Really?
No, I think it's mainly Must. I think that again, and possibly the TRA.
Campaigning for decades to make this happen. Other people have. So whilst you can say, I'm not going to say it's a bad thing that these things are happening. Obviously, it's great that we're doing stuff for charity and we're supporting the community, and I'm all for that. But a lot of it as well is player led. A lot of the players are doing a lot of the stuff that's praiseworthy.
Yeah. So Connor there, I think it's the PR agent. I don't think it is. When you look at the stuff that was very obviously the PR stuff, it was all very much around the sympathy of, he shouldn't be getting his house attacked, blah, 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 blah. This is reprehensible. And then there was some stuff about Woodward backed all the managers. It was so obvious. It might as well have had a big sign saying Neil Ashton fucking authored it. Some of the stuff that's happened since, I don't think it is Neil Ashton. I don't think it's PR. You can't spin some of the PR. Like, you couldn't have spun, although Liverpool tried, you couldn't have spun furloughing half of your staff into a positive if you did it. So it's doing the right thing.
Not unless you've got all
rather than PR. PR's fucking like sweeping up your shit after you broke it.
Yeah. No, I get where you're coming from. I sort of agree. I don't think it's PR. I think it's like, for whatever reason, it's the right thing that's being done.
And he's come out again and said that he's gonna, he said a lot of things about the transfer market being difficult and stuff like that, and the fact that like linking people to 100 million signings at this time is madness, which can possibly be read as something that's kind of them going, you know what, we might not sign everyone this summer, but at the same time, he's bang on with what he's saying, is that it is crazy that we're talking about signings and stuff, and there's clubs that are going to go out of business and all this kind of stuff. That's the priority, and also keeping everyone on safe at the minute. That's the priority rather than Jadon Sancho, to be honest, as much as we want it to be. So he said that bang on. And then again, he's reiterated he's backing Ollie again, which he has said all the way through this season and stuff like that. And it's looking more and more likely that is the plan, is just to stick by him through and through with it all. It's not to change things. So
it's interesting. It's interesting to see as well, just because obviously you'd think, because I saw the Ed Woodward quotes as well, going on about how broadcasting, the money obviously that comes in from that, how that's going to affect United as well. And which is kind of, it takes you back, really. At least I think that a club like United are still the global conglomerate that they are still so reliant on the Premier League broadcasting money. That is
football clubs don't make that much money in the grand scheme of things. I mean, compared to your local news agent, but compared to any high street retailer, they're skint. Compared to most bookies, they're skint. Like, football clubs are massive money making for the working class guy, and the thing about football clubs is their revenue is always in your face. Like, when they report on a transfer, it's how much the transfer costs. When they report on a player, it's how much his wages cost. If they started reporting on politicians' side businesses the way they do on football, if they referred to a politician by the businesses he owned, you'd be like, what the living fuck is going on here? But they don't. And, I saw the CEO of Betfair, or which one was it? Bet365, get a load of credit because she's donated some like 10 million, but doesn't she earn like 65 million a year or something?
Is that Stoke City one?
Yeah, because they sponsor. I think they still sponsor Stoke. Bet365.
Well, they own it, don't
they? They must.
They pay themselves like ridiculous dividend of like 98 million quid or something stupid. So it's like it's easy to do those good things when you rake it in money anyway. But you're right. It's we sort of remember ITV Digital when that went bump, and loads of clubs went into administration on the back of it because they were so heavily tied in and reliant on that TV money that when it just wasn't going to happen, it was like, well, this has gone bump, so we're not going to have any money to give you. Obviously, we're not talking about your Uniteds and your Liverpools, but lower down the pyramid, seems we're really struggling.
The disparity between the Premier League and the rest of the football pyramid is stark, and that's one of the reasons why I would actually love for someone to do a book that explains this in detail. But there's a serious amount of research that has to go into it. If you look back to the 50s and 60s, right, you didn't see Matt Busby have that great of a win record with what people will commonly refer to as the greatest footballing team that people have seen. Mancunians will say, Busby Babes, that 56 team, and then a team which had 3 Ballon d'Or winners in it, in the team that won the European Cup. If you look at his win rate, that team's win rate, it wasn't great. It's pretty ordinary for a team that was champions. And the reason for that is because back then it was more competitive. The difference now is the money has made it uncompetitive. And people will think because City and Liverpool are going head-to-head right at the very top, that means it's competitive, but it's not. The ability for people to achieve from lower down 40, 50 years ago was way more likely than it is now. And unfortunately, you're going to have an instance like Leicester that people can point to and go, well, that happened. But that happened more frequently. You saw Nottingham Forest come up from the Championship and do what they did. You see United come up from the Championship, First Division, Second Division even, and didn't come second and win the FA Cup. Was it 77?
Under Dockett, I think. Can't remember where they came in the league, but yeah, no, they did. They obviously did really well. Even more recently-ish, going back to Leeds coming up in 91, 92 and winning the league.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Which is unheard of now.
The spread of points, you can see the mathematics in this. The spread of points was much more concentrated in the middle. Now what's happening, you see the teams at the bottom take less points from the teams at the top than they used to, and the teams at the top take a higher percentage of points than they used to do at the bottom. So now the spread of points across a league looks like this. The Liverpool team that's done what they've done this season is fantastic. What the City team did last season was fantastic. People are forgetting, though, a couple of seasons ago, a Chelsea team, which was pretty fucking ordinary in the grand scheme of things, also got a record amount of points. The spread, and let's not forget, United got 81 fucking points. It's one of the worst teams I've seen in decades.
For us to get 81 points, it almost got forgotten about because we were so far behind City.
Yeah.
But we got 81 points with, as you've said, a pretty average Manchester United team, if we're being honest.
Yeah.
It wasn't a great... You don't look at that team, that was a vintage United team, the way you might look at other teams that got around the same points tally. And that was an indication of what you're talking about, of the sort of the disparity between the top teams and the bottom ones. And yes, there are anomalies and you get certain teams that overachieve or what have you. But by and large, it's just sort of the rich are getting richer and the poor are struggling.
One of the comments there saying Newcastle will take a spot in the top 6 in the next 4 years. I don't think so.
I agree. Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think they might eventually, 10 years or so, but
it takes a while.
It does take a minute.
When did City got their got their money like 2010, didn't they?
2008. 2008. Yeah,
it took them 4 years to even like.
Well, they won the title in 12. Don't forget.
Yeah,
they won the title within 4 years of getting the money.
Drew it, Jay.
Drew it. Sorry.
Drew it.
He shared the title. He shared the title within 4 years. Now, again, going back to what Steve just mentioned, though, even in 2008, around that time, all right, you had Chelsea. Well, Arsenal weren't really spending. Fergie had his ways of doing things. Now,
Fergie was hamstrung by the Glazers in 2008.
Yeah, all right, yeah. But Newcastle are coming into something a bit different. That's what I'm getting at. So, I don't know. I think top 6 isn't that unrealistic, though, to consider, Sheffield United are in the top 6. It's not, if you go out and
coming in the top 6, getting in Europa League, coming in the top 6 again is hard.
Yeah.
Coming in the top 6 once, not that hard.
I think the thing with City was as well, though, like they had their first couple of years under Mark Hughes, and Mark Hughes did all right, but at the same time, he was kind of like deer in the headlamps. Like, I don't know how to spend this money. He was signing everyone in the Premier League.
He signed Vincent Kompany though. That was a fucking signing.
He did sign a couple of them, but he signed like Roque Santa Cruz and all them players.
Johnny Lescott.
So much money. So many £30 million players that came in and were really poor.
Giovanni,
like the teams that
fucking hell, Giovanni.
Benjani and players like that. He was spending a load of money on them players. it took them to sell that project to someone like Mancini, who kind of knew what he was doing and kind of went, right, no, we need proper players. We need a David Silva. We need Aguero. We need Yaya Toure. We don't need them lot you were getting. We need proper players in. And for Newcastle to get that, to go from Steve Bruce to the talk about Pochettino to someone that can push them over the line is a big, those managers, that's the one that's going to be to spend that money, because Steve Bruce will probably be in a similar boat. He'll probably do all right with Newcastle with that team. He'll probably build slowly and do that. But he'll get to a point and go, I can't do any more. And it's, can they sell to the next manager that City ended up doing?
Not only that, the money alone doesn't guarantee anything.
Exactly.
No,
the money does not guarantee. There's actually not as much of a correlation between spend as there is spend on wages, and obviously there's some anomalies. United being a fucking big one at the moment, and this is an issue that Newcastle can have, because if Newcastle phone you up now, you're thinking Red Panty Night. You're thinking, right, well, I know that this is the richest club in the world now. I want 3 times what I would have normally asked if Newcastle came calling. You've also got the fact that in the last 6 years or something, United have spent nearly $1 billion on players. And for the most part, we've had fuck all return on it. There's every chance, if Newcastle don't get the backroom appointments correct, that they sign plenty of Di Marias and Falcaos and maybe not enough Brunos. And fucking hell, we haven't even had that many good signings to come, or Wan-Bissakas, should I say.
There's all this talk about Poch coming back in. I think the best thing for them to do is to go back to Rafa. I don't understand why, because I think...
Why would you go back to Rafa? He's worse than Steve Bruce.
Well, the reason that Rafa didn't stay at Newcastle wasn't because that he wasn't good enough. It was because that he wasn't going to get backed by Ashley, wasn't it? The fans worship the ground he walks on.
I think Rafa played them,
I think Rafa knew exactly.
He knew what he was doing. I don't think he had any intention.
Steve Bruce is doing a better job with Newcastle than Rafa did. Fact.
Yeah,
I think Rafa knew he was going to get a payday from was it China he went to.
He took him down. He fucking brought him back up again. How many times have Newcastle been promoted into the Premier League? Loads.
Well, I'm almost certain Steve Bruce has spent more. Maybe I'm not sure about net spend. Than Rafa, because you take 40 million for Joe Linton. Just that alone is probably more than what bloody Rafa spent on transfer.
I was about to bring this comment up, so I'll let you do it.
Like I said, there's anomalies to it. But money alone, but look at also the clubs that have absolutely wasted money. Yeah, I'll ask you guys a question. Which team spent the most in the 90s?
In the 90s?
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Yes, and then who?
Not
Newcastle.
Blackburn, is it?
Newcastle, correct. How many Premier League titles?
0.
0, correct. Next question. Which team spent the most in the noughties?
Liverpool.
No.
Chelsea.
Followed by?
Liverpool.
United.
City, correct. How many Premier League titles?
Not as many as United.
Yeah.
Two or 3, whatever it is.
I mean, who spent the most money in the 80s?
In the 80s?
Was it Liverpool?
Tottenham and United, right?
And the thing is, as well, with
doesn't correlate as much as people think.
That,
yes, Paris Saint-Germain have spent.
The thing is,
PSG are good in terms of that, but they've not got past the quarterfinal. We beat them last year. Fucking, like they can't do it in the Champions League. Like spending money on them players and having them beat the third strength teams in France, who are poor teams. You should be able to do that, but they've not. Also, Monaco managed to beat them with a weaker squad as well. So there's that. And also Madrid in the same kind of boat. Yeah, they spent loads of money. And yes, they had the domination in Europe. But at the same time, what they're doing, won La Liga in that time as well. They never managed to put a team together.
A true reflection of a team's performance either.
No, they never.
Cup competitions are nice to win, but like I think for the time that Real Madrid was winning all of those Champions Leagues, Atletico Madrid were performing at a better level across all of those seasons.
It's not just it's that as well. You've got to sell the club to players as well. Sell the area, sell the city. You have Roy Keane.
Have you seen Johnny Shaw?
He couldn't get players to go to Sunderland because they didn't want to live in Sunderland. And he was offering them the money that they're going to get elsewhere, and he was offering them players that were on a similar level to other teams, but they just didn't want to live in Sunderland. Like you've got to sell Newcastle to him. I know you're joking. Have you seen Jordy Shaw? But if you're a player that's been offered the chance to go and play in London and live in London, or go to Newcastle, who've never won anything in 70 years, whatever it is.
The one FA Cup I think they've won throughout their whole history.
Yeah, it's a hard sell.
1912 or something.
Yeah,
something
because, I mean,
ridiculous like that. It's
with
ridiculous.
City kind of use the United next door kind of thing for a lot of the start.
Even their first signing, Robinho, went there thinking it was Chelsea.
No,
he
I thought it was United, didn't he?
No, in the press conference, he said
Chelsea.
Chelsea. He said Chelsea in the press conference.
Yeah.
And then
all over the place.
he just wanted to get out of Madrid. He didn't care. It was like,
Was he not the one who said, like, I didn't know there was 2 teams in Manchester?
Yeah, exactly. But like Alex had said, you've got that thing of United are next door. So
unfair that on West Didsbury and Charlton.
But did you hear about Middlesbrough, where back in the 90s when Merson played for him, and he travelled from London every day for training?
Do you know what I mean?
Which is insane for starters.
Which is insane. He used to do 8 hours in a car every single day.
That's
because
so insane.
I live in the northeast, which is bad because it's not that bad.
It's only in this lockdown. I don't know if any of you have been the same, watching Premier League years on loop. You just appreciate even the style of football. You're going on about Merce there. Just like how, I sound like an old.
Shows how often he's in the office, doesn't it? Because that's all that's on the telly in the office.
It's true though, but like how just everything about football back then.
I've seen every one of them. I'll tell you what the number one was at Christmas every fucking year.
Every time I watch them, they get better. Honestly, but like,
do you know why? Because for at least half of the Premier Leagues, we were the ones winning it.
Even the ones we don't win, even if it's something like, I don't watch 11-12 because I don't think there's many United fans who can stomach watching 11-12. But even something like,
what are we talking about? Don't know what happened.
No,
the one where we drew.
The one where we drew, where we drew the league. But even seasons like, I don't know, 97-98 with Arsenal. Was it 97-98?
You're off your head. Are you thinking watching that? That's a horrible season.
Oh, no, but like...
No,
but even just to appreciate the...
Oh, yeah, I appreciate
the game, even those who don't play for United. Like,
oh, no, don't.
No.
It was before my time, so I don't really realise how bad it was.
That Merson drinking game with Gaza that he explains on that is, I think it was on the Magic Sponge podcast, is the worst thing I've ever heard a human being do to themselves. Never mind a professional footballer.
Well, what is it? I don't know what you're
about. Oh, it's a good old time is what it is.
So they have loads of bottles of red wine. They stick them on the table. Boxes. They take a sleeping pill every hour and keep drinking red wine. Last one to fall asleep takes the money.
Wasn't there some also like there was only 2 beds in the house or something as well? So if you fell asleep on a couch, you didn't get a bed.
Yeah,
something fucked up like that. It was like Jimmy Five Bellies, Gaza, Paul Merson.
Jimmy Five Bellies.
The worst thing, they said, "I was doing this on a Tuesday and we had a game Saturday."
Oh, no.
Right.
Insane.
It was only
Magic Sponge is the most underrated football podcast that has ever existed.
If it was on YouTube, it'd be ridiculous, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
That would have been.
I'll tell you what, I might have to try and get in touch with Dean Windass and see if we can get him down for Paddock because he sounds like an absolute nightmare.
Have you ever seen heard of the story? I think he was sent off twice in one game.
Dean Windass?
Yeah, Dean Windass, when he was up in Scotland. I think he punched he punched someone or he did something. And when he was getting sent off, he threw the corner flag. Don't quote me on it, but he did something he told the ref to fuck off, and then he threw a corner flag in the crowd, or he did something, and he got sent off twice, and he was banned for 12 weeks. Went after jokes, though. To be fair, man.
His son was doing all right at Rangers for a little bit, actually.
He's at Wigan, wasn't he? Or he is at Wigan now. I'm not
I think he might have been on loan at Rangers.
Yeah. Josh Windass, isn't it?
Yeah, that rings a bell. Yeah, doing bits. They
Dean
had a few decent loans them not long ago before Gerrard come in and everyone was like, fuck this. Allegedly. What else was there to talk about? There's something else that you mentioned before.
We had something else. There's that I did the Pogba swap deal that's been going around and the fact that Juventus only want to swap players for him, which is just madness. They're like, we're not giving you any money for him. You've
done not a fucking Panini sticker for fuck's sake.
Yeah, so it's literally, and obviously, the reports are United have gone in and gone, we want one of your centre-halves. We want De Ligt or Demiral because they're the only 2 we really want. And they've gone, well, do you not want this selection of over 30s players that you want instead? Like Pjanic, Ramsey.
Keep talking. I'm going to be back in a minute. I'm going to go fucking change the ISO on that. I'm in the dark.
You are a bit dark.
I was going to say, I thought it was my shitty computer screen.
No.
What Juve players equate to Paul Pogba in value besides taking Ronaldo out of it?
Stinks of do you remember Barcelona a couple of seasons ago? Was it Yerry Mina and 40 million? And it was the other one they offered as well. It was Gomez, was it?
Was it? Yeah,
Andre Gomez.
Gomez, which is just a ridiculous deal. It wasn't United didn't even reply. It was fuck you talking about? So yeah, I don't know where to get these ideas from. Especially if you look at it in just money value, what he's worth and what the players you're offering are worth, it's not even close.
And I said they're good players, like the players, Pjanic, Ramsey, Costa, but you don't want like 30 again. It's down that it's the Alexis Sanchez, Papa. They're over
I don't
30.
mean to interrupt, but a Sky News thing has just broken through there. PSG have been awarded the Ligue 1 title after season was ended with coronavirus. That's just come through.
Mate, I'd say that over there. I would.
Oh dear.
To be honest, I was thinking this. It would be so good to put a big star next to their title. It'd be just as. I reckon it's just as good as them actually not winning it.
Yeah.
Because you get a big star, and every time. Well, no, you didn't though, did you?
Yeah.
It's like 0.5 of a title.
You got awarded it. There's a difference between winning it and giving it.
Do
you know what I mean? It's like, well done for trying.
You'd be like, well, how many titles have we ever been given? If nothing, it proves the FA's up your arsehole.
I'm just going to ask out of curiosity.
That's a better idea, though, than this bloody behind closed doors, 60,000 test nonsense. Honestly, it just makes no sense to me, that's all. But
I was just going to ask, just on the topic of what, you saying, Jay, there about the 60,000. Taking Liverpool out of the equation, forget that. Either they win the league or not. What do you lads think takes precedent? Finishing this season, scrap it or start a new one? Taking Liverpool out of the equation, forget the top of the league.
You can't take Liverpool out of the equation. It's part of the equation. And it is partially...
Well, no, take away like our biased view of, we don't want them to...
I can't take away my biased view. I was raised right? So the fact Liverpool would miss out on a title is not just a cherry, but it's cream on the top, right? It's fucking belting, right? The reason I want to see it cancelled is, one, to stop the constant bullshit talk about how it comes back when it comes back. Forget that. We've got a fucking pandemic on. Things take precedent. And I seen Alex today arguing with some fuckwit on Twitter that was like, oh, the clubs are paying for the tests. It's not the point.
Exactly. So instead of spending 1,000 tests a week, go to take them 1,000 tests, go somewhere and go, let's test nurses, let's test care home staff, let's test people.
The idea behind this whole thing of having it behind closed doors somewhere and that being fair, to me just seems flawed anyway. Because it's not fair, because let's say, for example, we played Sheffield United away, we drew. When we played them at home, that would have been a 6-pointer, potentially. Now we're going to play that behind closed doors. So it's not going to be at home. So we've already played them away, but we're not getting a home leg. So that's not fair.
It might be played at Old Trafford, though. And they'll be like,
without fans?
Yeah, I know. But like, on a technicality,
it's like, without, you know what I mean? It's so flawed. And then there's this idea of, well, we'll change the rules and the amount of subs. We'll do, you just may as well just say
it's not what you started with at the start of the season, isn't it?
No,
and it's not just that. This is my major point, and this is where I think UEFA have to come in with a direction. 30th of June for most European competition. I think Norway's January, December, but most European competition runs on like our school calendars, if you like, August to May. Pretty much a school calendar year in it, really. September to June or July, wherever it is. If everybody's on that similar sort of calendar and you want to be a dickhead that just fucks off and starts doing it your own way, well then what happens with European qualification? If we say we're finishing this season, come what may, all right, cool. What happens when you go to UEFA and go, there you go, that was our top 4 in the middle of October? And they're like, yeah, nice one. Is that for next year's Champions League or what? Like, not just that. Contracts run until a certain day. You can't just extend someone's contract. It's a fucking legal agreement. Some players would agree to it, some wouldn't. You've lost the sporting integrity of the league that way. Are you allowing a new transfer window? Because let's just throw a hypothetical. Let's say you're Villa. Let's just choose Villa. And you want to try and extend your players' contracts. And then players are like, well, I think you're going to get relegated. I don't want to stick around. So 8 players leave. If there's no transfer window open, how are they getting more players in? You can't start going across transfer windows. You can't start just automatically extending people's windows. You can't do any of that shit. So if you either get your shit completed by the 30th of June or you don't get to fucking complete it. And if you don't get to complete it, unfucking lucky. New season starts 1st of July administratively. Which means then you've probably got 6 to 8 weeks. You could probably even start the league in mid-September, late September, and still get it done if you dropped one of the cups and a couple of international breaks. So I would rather that we focused on having a proper return to football rather than this absolute chaos of trying to extend contracts through fucking people's assholes, like mix up in European qualification dates, Germany doing one thing, Holland doing another, France doing another. This is where UEFA need to earn their coin and come in and go, right, if you want to play in our competition, we need your results by 30th of June. If you can't complete your leagues by the 30th of June, you either decide based on points per game or you null and void it. If you null and void it, we'll use last year's results and you just act as if this year didn't happen. Does it suck? Yeah. Can you think of a better way? I don't.
Yeah, I just think we're kidding ourselves that we're going to complete. At the end of this idea of behind closed doors, players getting tested, even the psychology of it for a lot of players as well. It's like, right, want you to leave your family and come and play this football in the middle of the pandemic. Do you know what I mean? Some of these are young lads, and it's like they've got young families as well. And it's like, I'm off for a few months to go and play football. Let us know how the kids are. I don't know. To me, it seems so flawed. And this isn't just about stopping Liverpool, because even if the answer, or it turns out you go, right, we're going to give it them, right, fair enough. But I just feel like this idea of going and doing it behind closed doors with all these tests and all these stuff that you're going to take with you is just a nonsense. It's pie in the sky. It's the same sort of thinking that got us having Cheltenham and in Atletico versus Liverpool in the middle of the pandemic.
And the argument people go for is they say, well, we need it. We need the morale boost. We need football back. We need something.
And I'm just like, is it? Well, not being able to go to the game and not being able to...
I mean, it's shit, but come on, put a bit of perspective on it. Just like sort the country out for a bit, get that all right, then bring a bit of football back to it, you know?
And it's like if the entire country's on its arse, it's like trying to play fucking football in 1991 Soviet Russia. The entire country's queuing up for fucking bread, but you're like, hey, at least you can watch the match, kind of on television.
It's so ridiculous. I have to laugh because it's just a nonsense, and it's like yeah, you know, people going, oh, this can work, we can make it work. It can't really. You just have to use logic. Do you know what I mean? And say, right, say that off the table. That's not happening. So how are we going to decide it? I think that's the.
What does that mean? Assuming you want next season void too? No.
Well, why would next season be voided?
Because there'll be time by that point to sort this all out, and we won't be in the middle of all this. We won't have to do things behind closed doors. We'll have to be training with face masks on. I've seen that today. That's a belter, yeah.
Social distancing in training, I saw. What the fuck is that? Get touch tight at a corner, can't mate?
I've seen that. Like when the players are parking up, don't worry, because there'll be 2 meters. There'll be 2 car lengths in between things and stuff like that. I'm like, because that's going to make all the difference in it when they go into a tackle next to each other or something. Yeah, because they won't be 2 meters then. What's the point?
And the whole idea of like, yes, there's 1,000 tests per week. Like, I get that it's not the NHS administering those tests, but where do you think a player will go if he gets the Rona? He's going to put strain on the NHS, and it's not a good look. If anything else, it's just not a good look.
The thing is, they were going to have games, weren't they? We were going to play Spurs. Don't forget. That was going to go ahead until Mikel Arteta got the Rona.
It took like, physically a Premier League person in there to get it.
And then it was like someone else got it. One of the players, I forget, a player got it as well. And it was like, all right, okay, maybe we can't have these games going ahead because people have got this potentially lethal disease. So we'll postpone it for a bit. So, and now it's like we don't learn anything. It's like, oh yeah, we'll try and rush it through. Every other country's going, no, we can't do that. It's just not. We're going, no, we can't.
To be fair though, we're only 10% mental versus America.
Yeah. Old Donald really dropped the ball there, I think, in the States, man.
Mate.
Don't get started on them lot.
Some of the shit that's coming out of there.
Drinking, was it detergent to prevent coronavirus is like the one.
The problem is
protests and stuff going on.
You don't have friends on Facebook that are believing this shit and reposting stuff saying it's all a fucking conspiracy.
Right, here's the one that I saw this morning, and I was just like, "What the fuck?" Right, let me find it. No, I'm not going to wear a mask so you feel safe. No, I'm not going to vaccinate my kids so you can feel safe. What I do shouldn't matter if what you do actually works. That's not how it works, you fucking idiots.
Americans are a different breed, and I mean that in the nicest way possible.
It's like when you've got the vice president going around an hospital without a mask on. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not wearing a fucking mask. Do what I want me.
I don't need to, mate. No point.
I don't need to. I'm all right. I took a test.
It's all right. If I don't wear one and everyone else does, everyone will be sound. That's it.
What sort of logic is that?
Listen, that's what you can't tell you. Everyone else had a mask, so it don't matter, does it? Oh, wow.
It's just like, oh my God. It is. Imagine waking up from a coma now, like after 6 months. Imagine a 6-month coma or a 3-month coma even.
Oh, no, imagine like a 5-year one.
Yeah.
So you went to sleep in 2015. United was on track with Louis van Gaal. Everything was going all right. Obama was still president, right? Everything was kind of going all right, more or less.
Then
and you wake up, you're like, hey, what's happening? And someone goes, right, since you've been asleep, there's been aliens, a continent set on fire. There was a pandemic.
World War III was a thing for a while as well.
And you're like, yeah, and that was only the first 3 months of 2020.
Yeah, we lost Kobe as well, I'm sorry to tell you. What? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It's like...
Do you see that this morning that I tweeted? They've just found 20 unopened coffins in sarcophaguses in Egypt, in Luxor, right? How about we put that shit right back in the fucking ground, right where you found it? Yeah, hey, get it in there, put it back. Go put it back where you found it. We're not opening that this year. You can get fucked if you think that's a good idea. We had World War III.
Everything come out of him, and
no. We're not doing that.
It's like when I said to you, Steve, I said all we need now is a plague of locusts, and you actually pointed out we'd had that.
Yeah, East Africa. I think it was Rwanda and Kenya's had plague of locusts this year. It's literally biblical. All because of these shit scouse cunts had to try and fucking win a league. For the last 30 years, the world's been sort of all right. Think about it, right? Scousers last won a title. The Cold War ended.
The wall came down. The entire world changed.
Europe became fucking brilliant. Scousers about to win it again. Brexit's happening. Aliens. Fucking World War III.
That's another thing.
I'm not saying it's the Scousers. I'm just presenting evidence and allowing you to come to a conclusion.
That's another thing. It's that mental that, like, the and finally in a news report is there's aliens. Yeah. Oh, by the way, there's aliens.
And you're like, yeah, of course there fucking is. Of course there is.
What? We'll have more on that next week. What?
I love how there was like, someone was probably in some sort of briefing at the Pentagon, because it literally came from the Pentagon, didn't it? Of all the places, someone was like, got this alien thing. Should we put it out? And it was like, fuck it. President's just been on telly saying drink bleach. What's the worst that could happen?
Drink bleach, and if you go outside a lot in the sun, you'll be all right. That's the thing.
One thing's for sure.
I've seen they've changed it on Sky Sports now. At the end of the warning, it says, cold or hot weather will not change coronavirus, will not cure it, after what he said. God. So now we have to say it, because he said, well, do you know what? When it gets sunnier, we'll be all right, because it'll just kill everything.
Well, I'd tell you one thing, though. Aliens must be looking at this planet and going, not a fucking chance.
We don't need that, do we? We don't need to get involved down there.
I am never going there.
You say that, but Car Crash TV is what people love to see. Katie Price had a documentary on her. What does that tell you?
My mum voted for Katie Price when she ran for MP.
There you fucking go.
She ran for MP. Do you remember when she ran for MP in Stretford and Urmston? Yeah.
Why do the mental... What is it about Stretford and Urmston which attracts... Because didn't Tommy Robinson run for there as well?
Well, he ran for North West MEP, which covered everywhere in the North West.
Didn't he run for a regular MP round like Urmston or something?
I don't know. I'm from Urmston, but I don't know if he did. I don't know if he... I think he did some like appearances around Salford and Urmston, places like that, but he got... No one was having it. No one was buying these brands.
This is great.
Yeah.
This is great, isn't it? Oh dear.
My fucking days. Oh. I mean, we was all joking, weren't we? Like, well, wait till the aliens turn up. Right. Okay. I think now it's the 30th of April today, so let's do a sweepstake. What cataclysmic shit is going to happen in May?
Mate, I'm just worried about making it through, mate. I'm not even buying green bananas anymore. Seriously. I'm not worried about the future. I'm not buying long life milk. I'm not that ambitious.
Yeah, there's no ripen at home stuff, is there?
What is there? Come on, what is there? What possibly can they hit with now?
I don't think we've had a volcano yet.
Yeah, we have. Last week in Indonesia. A big cunt as well.
That's
You need a
not,
big one.
That's
tsunami,
not like,
it must be around the corner at some stage.
like even a tsunami or a volcano for me isn't as bad as the president telling you to inject bleach. It's not like that crazy.
Oh, hang on. There was one 7 hours ago.
That's what I mean.
Right, so there's one in
See
Russia,
what I mean.
which is not a place that you want a volcano. Kim Jong-un's dead, kinda. There was
What is the story with that? TMZ broke that like 3 days ago, and it had like 100,000.
TMZ. Hold on a second.
I don't know, they're a lying TMZ source, but they seem to be on. They're always there.
Like Kim Kardashian's had a row with Kanye, not Kim Jong.
TMZ, the MEN, the Metro. That was the order of people.
high level shit. Mexico. A fucking big mountain of a fucking volcano in Mexico blew up last week. Or 2 weeks ago.
Kieran's gone.
Kieran's had it. He's had enough. He's got to shut the door by the time. He's gone out of the house. He's given up. No point in lockdown.
So there was a volcano yesterday in Russia, and there was one last week in Mexico. It's volcanoes. May is going to be volcano month. There's going to be a volcano in fucking Lake Windermere, right? That's what's going to fucking happen.
Yeah, there's gonna be like they have those volcanoes under the sea. It's gonna be one in the Irwell or something.
Right, which post-apocalyptic movie is it going to look like the most? Are we going I Am Legend? Are we going Waterworld? Are we going Mad Max? I think Mad Max, me. I think we're going towards Mad Max.
Yeah, I think Mad Max is like the more realistic one, where you have like the sort of the ruling classes of scavengers. Do you know what I mean?
I know enough scallies.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? It's mad those things, because I remember you telling me about Doomsday Preppers a few months ago. And I watched it, right?
Now it's like a how-to guide.
Yeah, it's like advice.
Oh well, what a bunker now. That is all that's all you want now.
Right, why do I think of this?
Do you think they're happy? Because I bet there's some of these twats that when this happened went, I'm going to go sit in my bunker for 3 months.
Yeah.
You reckon they're sitting there going, oh,
they should be there, and they should be sending messages. They should just have a Twitter account, just every day, just tweets, told you so. That's all they do.
Sat here with all
a picture of them in his bunker every day.
Fuck me. Yeah, bunkers. I wonder, I was chatting to my nana the other day. She's like, how are you coping? I said, I'm finding it hard how easy it is. I know it's a proper fucking, it's a weird dichotomy that's not right.
Are you not struggling now? Are you not struggling a little bit with cabin fever now?
Oh, big time, yeah.
I just can't. Can anyone actually? Probably anything good to watch that I haven't seen yet? Because I feel like I'm literally running out of stuff to watch now at this stage.
I'll take it with.
Have you watched Dougie?
Dougie.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix.
Duggee. What's that?
No.
What's that about? I've not seen.
It's about a cartoon dog. It's good.
Now you have my attention.
Yeah, I was like, what we've got to do is like stay indoors, wash your fucking hands, and watch Netflix. And because it's a bit easy, it's doing my fucking head in. I would rather it be more like The Road than what it's like at the moment.
That's you, that mate.
I can mentally switch into Neanderthal mode and be fine. Yeah. This is too fucking easy for me at the minute. Need someone to kill the water or close all the supermarkets.
And the most annoying thing is, if anyone's seen that Michael Jordan thing on Netflix, they're only releasing 2 episodes a week, and it's probably
do you know why?
Keep me going.
That shit trends for 3 days every week. It's genius.
Oh man, it's really good. Have you not seen it, Steve? The Last Dance.
Have I not seen it? Mate, I'm sitting in there in a fucking Bulls jersey every night. Waiting for it.
It's good.
Fucking flat.
It's good. But do you know what? Imagine if Fergie released the same thing. Because essentially what he said was, I want one more go at it, and I want this lot are going to be fucked afterwards. If they release that 10 years later, 10 years' time, Fergie released it and goes, I knew I was up. All I was going to do is I'm going to buy Van Persie, fuck the league off, and United give me in the shit. That's essentially what they've done. They went, we won't win again. You lot, you're going to be shit since then.
That'd be mint. Imagine watching that in a few years' time.
Right. Can we drop some information?
Drop away.
Don't know. No.
When Fergie told the players he was off, he didn't tell them the reason was his wife. There was another reason. It's not a health reason for Fergie. No, there's no panic on that. It was an ownership thing. And it was a not being back thing.
I'm not surprised at that, though.
That's why he walked. He actually didn't want Van Persie. He settled for Van Persie, and that was one of the which settled for Van Persie, who won the league. And I know, like, obviously, some things that you don't quite want can work out, but I implicitly trust the guy that told me this.
That would make sense why he wouldn't want Van Persie, though, because wasn't it Lewandowski was lined up in the summer of 2012 before he went to Bayern?
It was Ronaldo.
Was it Ronaldo who was lined up? I've seen copious amounts of strikers linked around that time as well. But
man, imagine we got Ronaldo in 2012.
Would you have gotten him out of Madrid, though? Would you have really gotten him out of Madrid in 2012, though? Do you think?
I have no idea. But I just think that he went to. We signed Van Persie for 24 million. Do you think he was getting Ronaldo for 10 times that at the time?
I don't think so.
How old was Ronaldo in 2012? So 8 years ago. Fuck off, man. He was peak Ronaldo.
And they just come off Real for one of the seldom times I think they actually won a league was 2012. I think 2011.
Jose, yeah.
Jose won a league with them, yeah. So getting him out of there would have been... No, it was Jose. Because was it actually? No, it was Jose, I think. But yeah, that would have made sense, seeing as Van Persie was nearing 30 at the time. Had a few good seasons in the Premier League, so I don't really find that surprising, to be honest.
So, that's... it is what it is. Bit of a fucking depressing way to end it. Should we talk about the world ending again?
Let's
do that.
What's your favourite?
Go on, let's finish it on this. I'm really interested. Let's put it in stone. It's the 30th of April today. Last minute of the podcast. Get us in the comments as well. What cataclysmic shit is going to threaten existence next year? Because we've had asteroids. We've had that. That was last week. Piss that.
Well, there's asteroids every week, apparently, that miss the Earth by like 5 feet. So I wouldn't read too much into that, to be fair.
It's about 20,000 miles, but yeah, you're right.
Yeah, close enough. I think I'm agreeing with Jay on this. I think a tsunami wouldn't be too far away at this stage.
Darcy, mate, nailed it. Second
outbreak. Don't know.
Do you know what I watched last night? I watched Outbreak last night. Dustin Hoffman might be his finest work. I'm going to be honest with you.
Whoa. Dustin Hoffman's pretty good now, Steve. I don't know about that.
All right, name me a better Dustin Hoffman.
He's well annoying in that film. He's film his cast. He's really annoying in that. Tootsie is his best work.
Oh, he's not. He's hilarious to Meet the Fockers with the dog that goes in the toilet.
No, I mean in Outbreak. He's just
a swarm of flesh-eating flies, says Ryan. Tornadoes, says JTR. Earthquake. There's been an earthquake in this, I think.
There's
not a massive one.
There's earthquakes all the time, though, isn't there? There's like different
zombie mutation. Yeah,
Conrad nailed it. That might be peak. That might be the peak.
Well, do you know what could actually happen? The Yanks actually start kicking off because they're getting to the point where they're just going to go, right, come on, let's start shooting stuff, and like they properly start kicking off over there. That it might be a civil war over there.
That's a good shout. That's a possibility.
Civil war.
Western governments lining up a war with China, says Liam.
No, they're not that stupid. I don't
Trump going, it was all their fault. I'm going to blow them up. That's what if it gets really bad, well, they've now killed all these people. I could just see him say something like that.
Imagine this happened in 2012. People would be losing their mind if all of this happened. It was prophesized.
If it happened in 2000 as well.
Yeah. The Aztecs were only off by about 8 years, to be fair. So,
which I reckon, if you fucking aim off, that's not far bad.
That's not too bad.
5,000 years ago. This is 2012. 2020 is what 2012 wanted to be.
There was a little asterisk on the calendar that said plus or minus 8 years, so they've kind of got it in there, I think.
USA versus China for World War III Part 2.
Oh, my money's on China for that one, man.
Super volcano.
Yes, in Yosemite Park. That's definitely because that happened in 2012, didn't it? Yosemite was the first one to go.
Was it?
Just all over the place because it's like a dormant volcano or something like that.
Yeah.
Basically, that went all over the place. So I think Yosemite's a good show, to be fair.
Food shortages. Have you seen America's dumping loads of its grown food? I'm not sure what the reason behind that is.
Well, because they're Americans. That's why. It all makes sense to them.
Is it bad taste to do a watch along for USA versus China? Putting it out there.
Don't know.
You know what I mean? Especially lockdown is ended, get a few, bit of chicken in.
Around, few cans,
Can we get a bucket to sponsor it?
The latest odds are in.
Donald Trump nuke in the second half 2-1. I can see it now. To drop a nuke any time in the second half 2-1. We're literally. That's what the bookmakers are going to have to do sooner or later because
I'm both teams to score on that.
There's like no sport. There's like literally nothing going on there. I think except in Belarus, I think is the only one that is ignored. Although I don't know
Poland said they're coming back.
Germany's coming back soon as well. I don't know if that's
Germany. There's just something there saying Germany hasn't decided yet what's going to happen.
Oh.
But Poland have said fuck it. But I think the reason is there's that much vodka being drunk in Poland. It's either one affecting decision making or it's not allowing the Rona to take hold. So
you need to do a PSA there. Vodka doesn't technically kill corona because in America,
right. If you're getting your medical advice from the guy on YouTube who talks about United, you're already going to die. So
there you go.
Is that a public service announcement? Sound? Did you see New Zealand has completely eradicated it?
What, as in like they've finished?
No cases of the Rona in the country. Now I don't know if that's because they're like la, we're not testing, or if they've tested everyone and gone, oh, we're done. It's not the biggest country, is it?
Yeah.
But obviously, the first fucking plane that lands from anywhere has got a chance of it fucking bringing it in. So I guess it's like it's a moral victory for now, isn't it? Until someone lands and sneezes.
Even the weather's gone south as well. I didn't mind sitting indoors out the back when it was sunny with a few bottles, but now it's just...
Joe, it's going to get well shit when it's just rain for 2 months, innit? You're like, oh, fuck this.
Yeah, that's
Can you hear the rain on my roof, by the way? Because it's quite audible. I don't think it gets picked up by this.
Likely. It looks like it's about to piss down here.
No, it was bouncing down before the way.
Right, I think we should wrap it up there. Go give everyone a follow on Twitter. Let us know in the comments who argues with people more on Twitter. Alex is trying to come up with a bit of a fucking a bit of a flag at the moment. He's definitely in third place. Let's just get that out of the way.
Well in third place here.
But is it me or Jay? Because I think it's Jay.
Hey, come on, man! You're you are.
I'm not even arguing with anyone today. I corrected a Liverpool fan. It's not an argument.
I have seen Jay giving it on Twitter the last few days. To be fair,
you got to stay up till about 11 o'clock when all the press conferences come out of America and Jay loses his shit.
See, that's the key. The Yanks over there. That's when you get going.
Jay's spot a gap in the American market.
You know when you do it, when you're pressing send and you know it's going to get a load of stick back with stupid Yanks. And you think, just don't reply to him, but then you can't help yourself because you're like, no, you're just fucking wrong.
You're just fucking wrong is one of my favourite 24-hour party people that line in as well.
Yeah, you're well spotted. Well done, mate. Good knowledge. Yes.
That is an underrated film.
I'm not having that. I'm the apprentice when it comes to arguing with people on Twitter, Steve. You'll always be the Obi-Wan.
Don't think so. I'm not buying that in the slightest. I've observed you. Like Richard Attenborough in The Weeds this last couple of weeks.
Steve necessarily argues with people directly. Steve casts the line and waits for them to come in while his Jay will directly go to the source.
It technically isn't an argument with you. It's just you quote tweeting going, "You're thick as pig shit."
And then he lets them come to him, whereas Jay...
Usually it's gotten to the point where you just get to that point and you go, you can't make sense with these people. Like, it's trying to talk gun control to Americans and you just go in.
That was fun last week, wasn't it?
Oh, God, don't get me started.
You can't do it, that one. Because he goes, well, it's our right. I said, no, yeah, but so what?
It's a God-given right.
What if it's your right? What do you mean?
The Second Amendment, then? Your perfect constitution had to be amended to stick it.
You can't change the amendments. You can't amend the amendments.
Joe Rogan's got the best line on this. He's talking about the Constitution. He goes, you imagine like fucking George Washington came back now and he'd be like, you guys didn't write any new shit?
It's been 130 years. What have you been doing?
Like, I wrote that with a fucking feather. What are you doing?
Go on, man. Different kettle of fish over there.
Right then. After we've pissed off Americans heavily, cheers for checking us out. If you'd like to help support the channel, and this is your last chance today, this is the last reminder you're going to get for April's. You've got until midnight tonight to join, and if you join, you need to fill in the form as well. So if you are a member, you need to fill in the little link that I've put into the community tab. So if you find it under memberships community, you'll find it there. we'll probably start a Facebook group for you guys soon as well, and get you all in there because it's good. I've got a good one for my Patreon. Let's have one for this as well because it is a good laugh in there. It's a good little chat. But come and hit the membership join button. There's a few different tiers. There's all sorts of different levels. The top tier, there's merch coming out, so it's quite urgent. Today's the last day of the month. We need your addresses, so otherwise you're going to hold up everybody else's shit. So get it in there and smash it. But cheers to Ciaran for joining us. Cheers to Jay. Cheers to Alex. Alex will be back on in the news in the morning at 11, so make sure to keep it locked to Full-Time Devils. I need to get this up. Oh, and yeah, if you remember, if you go into the Legends tier, you're going to end up getting that post at some point. What? Yes, that's what in the post. Like a fucking Postman Pass special. Right, I'm out of here. See you in a bit.
See you later.